might sound like a line, but it's actually a fact. Not Scary Farm is our favorite haunt above all others. Nothing quite captures like the thrilling and the screaming and just like the family fun vibe and the creep factor that exists here at Not Scary Farm.
There's a lot of actual haunted history at Not Scary Farms. Have you guys heard any rumors yourselves about some of the
Yes!
Yes!
There's a lot of history here. It's really interesting the way that the whole Scary Farms event came together. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit about some of those things. This is our special Hauntings of History episode, and we asked for the people that work here at Not Scary Farms to submit to us their stories of ghosts or haunting things that happened to them while they're here, and we're going to read through them and decide which one of them are true and which one of them are suspect.
I'm going to start with a scary story that I can share from 2 years ago at the 50th anniversary here. Was anyone here? But the most horrifying thing happened. I wore the wrong high heels and I suffered for weeks. I'm serious. It was like weeks. My knee hurt. Everything was like all cut up. It wasn't good. And that's my haunting of history. It really did.
All right, so can we get a little kind of spooky lighting happening in here, maybe?
Maybe they need some lighting techniques and inspiration. Can you guys give us some spooky, cute ghost noises? I love this one.
All right, are you ready for your first ghost story tonight?
Yes, Jack, prove that you can read.
It's fundamental.
Well, I can read you if you want. Start, but you can't finish. Alright, so our first ghost story comes from Greg Simmons. Greg says, I work as a tour guide and give the early American heritage tours at Independence Hall. One day I had some extra time, so explored the upstairs portion of the hall, which isn't a part of our tours. I explored and noticed nothing out of the ordinary. Once I left our office for the day, I checked my pockets for my phone, car key, and wallet like I usually do, and that's when I noticed something extra in my pocket. It's a little obscene to me, but it doesn't look obscene. Part 2. It was my individual key to Independence Hall, detached from the key ring and loose inside my pocket. The key ring wasn't damaged, and I only took it out of my pocket to unlock the hall when I arrived in the morning. I don't know if my key separating like that was a warning sign that I was unwelcome or what, but I never explored the upstairs of the hall before that incident, and I never will again.
So what do you think? When I read that, I wasn't sure if that was chilling, where I would like stay away, or if it was intriguing, like I definitely have to go back there.
Gotta go back! Yeah.
I would have just got confused and like, I think I lost my key. I don't know.
Same.
Okay, tale number 2 from Jeremy, and this is from the Ghost Town Dress Shop.
Very sound scary.
Very scary.
Right?
One day while I was opening Ghost Town, I walked into the dress shop in the dark. Now there's your fatal mistake.
I'm asking for it.
I was in the back area, and when I opened the door, I glanced to my right and saw a woman standing there in an old-time looking dress. I did a double take and looked again, and she was gone. I said, bitch. I'll tell you what, Drac and I live in like a legitimate old spooky Victorian house, 1893. And I do catch some of that stuff out of the corner of my eye. I always think there's someone at the top of the stairs, or there's a spiral staircase up to the 3rd floor. I always feel like there's an animal there. And then of course there's nothing, but it's not ominous or scary. The house feels very warm and loving, so I guess we got cool ghosts. after some tequila.
Sure. All right, next we have Dalen. Backstage at the former Dark Entities base. You guys remember that name?
Mary, do you remember how Ian... Are there any fans of Creatures of the Night here? John's telling me no. It's an obscene joke, and maybe I'll tell you after the show.
They renamed Dark Entities, but we're not going to talk about that tonight.
Oh, you don't even have to rearrange the letters.
Just stop it.
Just put the letters. Dark Entities.
During Haunt 2018, I was in the maze Dark Entities as a mutated soldier, as one does, positioned in the very last room. My fellow actor, Justin, gave the scare in the room before me, which would prompt me to get in position to scare next. One night we were in position, and I know, again, let's see. One night we were in position, as one does, and I noticed a woman walk right past Justin, which I thought was odd, being that she would have been the very first scare of the night, and he didn't even budge. She kept coming straight towards me, so I turned behind the wall and backed outwards to do my best anticipation. Impression of a mutilated soldier, and she wasn't there anymore. In shock, I ran back up the ramp to Justin and asked, "Hey, where did that woman go? And why didn't you scare her?" He had no idea what I was talking about and told me no one had come through. Not even our lead had told us to be ready for the maze to be open.
This guy is giving true, right? This one is giving like, this is what this person experienced and actually believes.
However, like, hey, give us your stories, everyone that works at Knott's, and we'll decide if it's bullshit or not.
Are you gonna finish the story?
That's it. Oh my God, there's a page 3.
No, just here, allow me. Like surely he was playing a joke on me, right? I was so confused, so I ran up to another guy in the haunt who was in the same room where I saw the woman and asked if he had seen her. He also said no one had come through yet and that I must have just seen a ghost. So that I say, yes, 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 I did. What an interesting start to a haunt shift that was. That's pretty cool.
I wonder if the ghost looks like Sigourney Weaver.
Does anyone in the room have a tale here of something that might have happened to them at Knott's? You do?
I must hear it. Andrew?
We must hear it now. And we'll decide if it's bullshit.
My name is Kat. I work at Prop Shop Pizza at here at Knott's. And I have 2 tales in itself. This is from my lead, Callie, and she was telling a story how she used to work Fiesta Village, and she was coming out and she saw a really confused looking woman in 80s attire. And she kind of went up and said, "Hi honey, like, are you okay?" And then the woman's like, "I think I work here." So she flashed, my lead Callie flashes her badge. She's like, "You have one of these?" And the lady's like, "I don't know, but I think I work here." So Callie and like 3 other people surround her and they start walking around security because they're really confused. And she says, "They pass the train tracks," and she's gone. But she was telling me the story. This is a closing shift of Prop. It's 11, and we're kind of like talking with each other. And our doors, we kind of just leave them. There's nobody left in the park. It's 11, they're gone. Our doors shut it on themselves.
Wow.
It's giving true.
It is giving true. Thank you. I think there's an obvious, important question, a follow-up question that needs to be asked here. You mentioned 80s. What was she wearing and did she have good hair? Because I bet the answer is
She has that claw, you know, that.
I asked her because I love fashion. I mean, obviously, I'm looking at you guys right now.
More and more as the minutes go by.
And I think she just mentioned she had like some pink and teal on her and she had like big, like brown hair, and I was like, oh, she sounds gorgeous. Can I have a number?
My other follow-up is, in like an hour and a half, do you still have the key to the pizza restaurant?
I had it, but I think you're still closing now. I mean, if you want to call me over there,
I'm just asking, no reason.
Let's hear it for Kat. Thank you for sharing. Jack and I are going to go through some more tales, but we are going to open up the floor, just like we do on a regular recorded episode of Preach Every Night. We have a section where we do listener questions, so there will be a version of that. If you want to ask us anything about this presentation, our projects, what we do, and anything you want, here we are in the flesh, so you'll have that opportunity in just a few minutes. Okay, this next one is from Jackson, and it's about Ghost Town. One day in the picture gallery, I was working with some of my co-workers. During the day, a guest with a spiritual connection came in and sensed an old woman's presence lurking in our store. We had written it off as nothing, but little did I know, her... Can you help me with this? It's these gloves, thank you.
You couldn't handle a two-parter.
Now she's trying me. And that usually doesn't end well for her. Anyway. Later on in the day, I kept getting a call on my work phone, but when I would pick up, no one was there on the line. It's kind of creepy. After a few seconds, the line would cut out. Finally, on the last call, I picked up and said, "This is Picture Gallery." Then an old woman's voice on the other line, with an old woman's voice on the other line.
This in an old woman's voice.
Okay, not exactly. Do you think I would let that opportunity pass me by? Absolutely not. This woman said, "Can you send someone over to Little Spurs?" I then said, "Sure, I can come over right now." But she insisted on another woman coming over to Little Spurs. This is getting really laborious reading this one, holy shit. I thought this was weird, but wrote it off as nothing and asked my coworker to go over. When she got there, only a man and a young woman were working in the store. When she asked, let's hear it for the boys. So when she asked who called, they had no answer. No one called to come over to Little Spurs. She then came back and explained the weirdness of it all. I would have thought it was someone playing a prank, but remembered what the guest with the spiritual connection said to us earlier that day. Nothing ever came of the mystery though, but on many occasions employees have heard footsteps upstairs or left something in their presence when alone in the store at night. It still makes us wonder to this day who or what is in the picture gallery.
I'm buying this one. How about you all?
Yes.
I have a theory. You want to hear it? I believe it's Cordelia Knox. You guys know who that is? That's what I think. I think, and I've told this theory to Swan before, that Cordelia Knox was a witch, and she used her powers to make everyone eat the chicken dinner and fall in love with her so that they could become rich and build all this. She may or may not be rich, I'm just saying, I don't know. All right, next up, we have Amy, who is writing to us from Camp Snoopy. Which is kind of creepy, right? Like, at night, it is kind of creepy. Okay.
Do you remember when there was the zombie zone over there?
Yes.
That was kind of fun.
You could shoot zombies, and actually, when we were in that maze shooting zombies, we discovered that one of the zombies in the maze was someone who competed on our show, the Boulet Brothers Dragula. It was Frankie Doom, and we shot him right. All right. Amy says, during my many years of working as a monster in the Gauntlet, we often felt a presence around us, which we all think is the little girl commonly known in the park as Molly.
Now I've heard about this Molly character. Anyone else?
Yep.
Yeah. Various people have accounts of seeing her in the Camp Snoopy zone, including a swing in a birdcage swinging on its own when it was not a windy night, as well as feeling her in the old Fairy Tales playhouse. I was standing at the base of Lucy's lunchbox one warm evening. You want to just stand there and kill me? They're not on the same level. Men should be seen and not heard. Let's be And suddenly it felt like a little cold hand gripped my hand and held onto it for about a minute before leaving after I told her it was good to see her. I was fully costumed and wearing gloves at the time, yet the only cold I felt was in that hand. There is also a very unpleasant presence in the back of Camp Snoopy near the candy shop, corner of Beach and Ball for those wanting to visit tonight. Many fellow monsters feel an overbearing negative feeling when you go into that area.
Ooh, spooky Camp Snoopy.
It's the perfect zone at night for a slasher movie, I think.
Yeah.
We were kind of riffing last night. I think it would be cool to have a slasher movie themed in this park.
Yes.
Putting that out into the universe, we're going to try to make that happen.
All the actors will be people that work here, I insist on it. Come on, actors.
Oh, that'd be great. This isn't a ghost story, but we were told a very interesting story. And I do think Knott's is filled with interesting details about its history. Of course, Cordelia and the chicken dinner, but how everything grew up around that roadside food attraction. And this is how we started getting like the rides and everything and so forth. So the current entertainment manager was telling us that back in the day when Walter Knox was alive, someone had approached him and said, I want to build this mountain in the middle of the park. I want to build like this mine ride. And if you allow me to charge patrons, I'll give you a cut. So it was something that he took on completely on his own, and Walter Knox said yes, and that character built the mine ride as we know it now, but he lived in the ride. There are 2 rooms there, and they're still there. One was a bedroom, and one was a bathroom, and he occupied that space for years.
That is a ghost story in itself, isn't it? How do you write your address on your envelope? The mine ride. Knowing that as you're going through on that little mine cart, there's like someone in there living.
No, now it's not going to be the same. Because we'll do the mine ride every time we're here anyway, because when you're here you have to do like all the classic stuff, so I think it'll never be the same.
I like when they put the green witch down in the middle, but then sometimes they don't put anything, you're like, it's just a mine ride. It's not scary at all. Anyways.
Okay, this next one comes from Brandon. It's about Cordy's Corner. After the last night of haunt, I had a crew in to strike the pipe and drape in Cordy's Corner. I was standing about 7 feet away giving my crew instructions, and all of a sudden I got a chill down my spine, as one does, and heard a woman whispering in both my ears. I couldn't make out what she was saying, but I could not move for a split second.
The end.
Literally, I thought it was to be continued on the next page, but literally, that is the end. Thank you, Brandon.
Might have been bullshit, right? Defensive.
You have hearts. I remember what that felt like.
Okay, this is another Camp Snoopy story, so starting to read towards, time. Okay. I was closing trucking company late on a Saturday night in summer. No one was around. I was essentially alone. I was putting the covers on the truck when I hear from right behind me on my left side a little girl's giggle, clear as day. I felt a chill down my spine, and when I turned around, no one was there. No one was even around. I later found out I wasn't the only person to have an experience at trucks. Her name is Sally, and from what I've heard, she only wants to play.
Is she friends with Linus and Charlie? That's so nice now.
think about doing a seance. I feel like this
Are y'all ready for that?
If there's anyone in the, in the lighting, would just turn the lights down just a little bit, if you can. If not, just forget I said that. And for those of you in the crowd, put your hand next to you and grab your neighbor's hand.
Really?
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Grab my neighbor's hand. I can only grab like
It's not your neighbor, guys.
the power of the
We're
camera.
one big family here. We're one big family that has been touching amusement park rides all
So
night.
funny.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
If you break the circle, you're going to ruin the whole thing. So you will know who you are. There's a spotlight that will come on you. It won't be fun. Okay, now everyone look up into the sky and concentrate. And imagine that we are sending a message into the underworld to Cordelia Knox. Think in your mind, Cordelia, Cordelia, Cordelia.
Cordelia. Cordelia Knox, if you can hear us, please send us a sign.
Ooh.
Okay, that's too real. Turn the lights back on. Let's move on to something else. We came here for a magic show, and that's just what you're going to do. No. Does anyone have any questions that they would like to ask? Oh, we have some.
I do
Okay.
have some questions. Thank you.
Do the honors, Andrew.
My question is to both of you. How do you get into being drag queens?
Well, it's weird because for us, I think it's more about being horror host characters. That's sort of first. The drag part of it is second. You know, when you think of like Elvira or Spenguli or anybody that does horror hosting, it's a character, right? They are all in drag too. I mean, I think Spenguli wears more makeup than we do, to be honest.
And if I can put this out there, it's a dumb, fatal decision. Don't. If you're thinking about it, don't do it.
It's really uncomfortable, and if it works, you're stuck like that forever, and you don't want it. It's okay. Yeah. Next question.
Hi, I must say, we worship you. We're coming to the 666 tour, and I love you guys.
Amazing.
Everyone
Thank you.
buy tickets, support them, I'll kill you. In honor of you, of course. I do have a really, really important question.
Yes.
Fuck, marry, kill, Frankenfurter, Magenta, and Riff Raff. Coming from someone who shadowcast the Rocky Horror and a crowd of us, this is really important.
I would fuck Frankenfurter. I guess I'd kill Magenta because yeah. And then I would marry Riff Raff. Yeah, because he's smart. He thinks up all these plans and shit. It would make my life a lot easier.
That's all wrong. That's all
You
wrong.
can take whatever you want.
You fuck Magenta.
Thank you.
You kill Riff Raff, and you marry Frankenfurter.
Finish you on you.
Yes.
Hey!
Hi.
So if you guys were given creative director of a maze, if you guys could pick one, what would you guys choose to do?
Thank you.
Oh my god, there's so many ideas we have. But the one thing I would want to do is
Okay. Do you know, that's a stupid question, where the Grimoire maze is at? The Grimoire maze? Grimoire?
It's gonna be right around this corner.
Okay, corner to my left.